You're listening to Indiana Originals Radio, leading local living.
I'm going back to Indiana now.
Welcome back to the first day on 93 WIBC. It is Terri Stacy, and it is that time when we see a very familiar face. My friend Mel McMahon is here with Indiana Originals. Hello, Mel.
Hello. Thanks for having me, Terri.
I'm so glad you're here. You brought Lance this time. That's the husband.
Yes, the husband, the other half of Indiana Originals.
Hello, Lance.
Hello, how are you ladies doing today?
We're fine, and good to see both of you at you're the big Expo and Marketplace, the Indiana Originals Expo and Marketplace this past Sunday, and it was fantastic. Loved the venue.
Oh, thank you. Yes, we love the venue, too. It's held at the Starrett Center on Fort Benjamin Harrison in Lawrence. Such a unique building, such a rich history, and Terri, I don't think we could have packed another vendor in there.
No, it was filled. It was really, it's again, such a great venue that you can, it's opened up and there's so much bright light coming in from every direction. So every turn where you saw another Indiana Original business, the place was filled. And it was, again, I think another phenomenal. This is number 2 for you guys. And it was phenomenal. Lance, what'd you think?
I think it went really well. I think our all the vendors that were there got a lot out of it, and I think every customer and person off the street walking through really enjoyed themselves.
Yeah, it's all Indiana Original, and that's what it was all about. And do you think you want to do 2 a year, or are you going to stick to 1, or what are you thinking now after you've done this second Marketplace and Expo?
What's interesting about this second one is that we weren't even really expecting to have it. So we had met with the city of Lawrence, and they invited us to host one there. So we weren't even really planning to have it. But I think 2 a year, I think, is a really good number, only because there's so many other things that are going on. There's so many other markets that our vendors participate in, whether that's farmers markets or special pop-up shows. And to kind of keep it unique and different, you don't want to have it, once a month or every weekend. You want to have kind of some special feels and some special themes to it. And having everybody under one roof is a lot of fun, but it's also a lot of work.
Yeah. For the 2 of you. And by the way, you guys are Indiana Originals, owning IndianaOriginals.com. And so how is this working together? I'll ask Lance first. How is this working together? Kind of almost full time.
Yeah, I went full time with Indiana Originals actually August 1st, and
it's not really working out, is it? I mean, you give it a really good shot now. You gave it a month.
No, actually, it's really great.
Is it?
And, well, I think it really works out because a lot of husband and wives have a hard time working well together. But Mel and I really are both passionate about helping every Indiana locally owned and operated business.
Yeah.
Not just a restaurant, not just an accountant, but every one of them, from a manufacturer to, and I think that's what really, really helps us get along working every day together.
You have the same passion. You have the same goal.
It's because, yes, we have the same goal of doing something great for this state and helping every business owner in turn help every one of us with better jobs, better schools, better sidewalks, more police officers. Everything that we want as a society can be done by just simply helping your locally owned and operated business.
Yeah, you're supporting your support. Go ahead, Mel.
And something, too, that really helps us help other businesses is we've created our own small business. We have our own partnership here. We are going through a lot of the same things that these other business owners are going through or went through. And so we're really able to empathize with these business owners that we're helping through Indiana Originals. And because Indiana Originals, it's more than just the online directory. It's more than just the app. It is really a community of people that want to build a better Indiana. And there are lots of studies out there that talk about the effects of supporting small business on your community. There's a direct link between the health of your community and the number of small businesses in that neighborhood.
Yeah. Absolutely. Lance Stone is with us. Mel McMahon Stone, who is the founders of IndianaOriginals.com. When did you really open up for business? How many years? Has it been just a year or 2 years?
Well, the first website launched in May of 2014.
Okay.
I had the idea in 2012. Took about 2 years for it to really come to fruition. And we spent that first year kind of as a beta year. We had about 40 members. We worked with them closely to see what was Indiana Originals really going to be? Because, you can have something in your head that you want it to be and that you think it's going to become, but really to make it marketable, you have to listen to your audience.
Yeah.
You have to listen to your customers and see what it's going to build. And in September of 2015 is when, Lance and I were kind of at a crossroads. My position here at Emmis had changed, and we were like, well, I can try to find another full-time job, or we can really see if Indiana Originals has some legs. And through the support of, Emmis Communications and friends and you, and we've been able to really build a business out of it. It's not a hobby. So I would really say September of 2015 is when we really started pushing it and really became a business. So we're at a year now.
I think that's awesome. And at this, the Expo and Marketplace, the Indiana Originals Expo and Marketplace, here's the thing. When you walk in, and I felt this at the first one too, and when you walk in, there is a real support among each other. Each business that's an Indiana Original really supports each other and buying things from each other and just networking with each other. And it's really become quite a network. I think it's an awesome thing. I got some, it's probably been about 7 months ago. I got some barbecue sauce from a guy named Dave, one of our listeners. And it was his grandmother's recipe he'd found. And it was some sauce, and it was wonderful. And he named it after her, Hazel sauce.
Uh-huh.
And so Dave comes to me and he's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get this started. I don't know what to do next. And he had 3 more that he just delivered, 3 more delicious sauces that should be tried. People should taste his sauce. And so I said, the only thing I know to do is to tell you to get in contact with Mel McMahon and Indiana Originals. And perhaps they can give you some guidance as to how to start. And maybe that's by becoming an Indiana Original, so you can get that support and that networking from other Indiana Originals, right? I mean, this is how it's going to work.
Exactly. And there's a lot of benefits to being an Indiana Originals member. Besides just the increased exposure of your business, we're really encouraging a local preference, and our members are doing the same thing. We're making local easier to find. We're helping people reach consumers that are not necessarily in their local footprint. And we have an increased web presence with Indiana Originals. A lot of time, our members' profiles on IndianaOriginals.com actually show up before their website does when you do a search. And we're really supporting not only that business-to-business side where we're introducing our members to each other and they're using each other's goods and services, but we're also helping them get products in front of customers with a local preference. And that's really important in order to improve our quality of life here in Indiana. And that's really what it's all about.
Lance, I want to ask you, because Mel asks of other Indiana Originals each week in this particular time period. She asked them what they've learned and failures. And so I'm asking you, Lance, what was one of the failures of Indiana Originals that you really learned from and turned it around? I know I'm asking you off.
Actually,
it's a really good question. And I probably know the answer.
Do you?
Learning to do what you do and what you don't do.
Oh,
and
okay.
what you don't do well.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's better to go get a lot of quotes and find someone you can afford to do it for you. Because we've seen a lot of growth since we just launched our new website, which has a lot of tools from classified ads that, some smaller companies can put up their products on and start selling directly to consumer. All types of different things that I can't even think of, all the different direct emails from member to member, all types of different services through our new website. That's something Mel and I don't really do.
Yeah.
We tried on our second site and we learned we don't do that. Yeah. And so it's just really learning to what you do well, do it.
But
as a small business owner, admit that there's some things you don't do well.
Yeah.
I do accounting and project management really well. That's also why we offer that through Indiana Originals. I help other small businesses start their QuickBooks, start doing basic accounting, or start, if they have a small project, how do you look at the cost of it and how would you measure the return on it? Those are things I do well. I don't build a website. I don't build an app.
Yeah.
But I also do these other things really well that help a business run.
Yeah. You find your strengths and weaknesses as you learn to grow. And it takes a couple years for businesses to really get off the ground and for others to know who you are. And you've done a great job. You've done just an awesome job. Mel McMahon and also Lance Stone, the founders of IndianaOriginals.com. I'm going to have to let you guys go. But Mel, we will see you in a couple of weeks. Next week, we will be remembering 9/11. And so we will have just a 1-hour show next week. But we'll look forward to seeing you here very soon.
Thank you so much for having us, Terri.
Thank you, Lance. Good to see you.
Thank you.
You bet. 93 WIBC.
Thanks for listening to Indiana Originals Radio. Check us out at 93 WIBC Sunday mornings at 10:45.
I'm going back to Indiana now.
And visit IndianaOriginals.com to find local businesses near you. Indiana Originals, leading local living.